Good morning. I want to talk to you a little bit today about the Come Find Sanctuary events that I've been doing. Uh, if you've been on the fence at all, hopefully this will sway you one way or the other. I haven't had really an opportunity to lay out the entire plan of what I'm trying to do. So, over time, between churches, between denominations, we've built up these walls. And that's not really what God has intended. I mean, we're like a big family that is so dysfunctional that we can't talk to one another. You know, we get together for Christmas and everybody starts arguing around the dinner table. That's what kind of family I think that we've had. And instead of it being about, oh, so and so is going to steal my people or whatever, we need to get past that. Scripture says that we are one body with many parts. We all have a part to play, but the foot can't say to the hand, I don't need you. And the eye can't say to the ear, I don't need you. And in another place, it talks about being unified with no divisions between us. So if you think about the perfect small town, you know, the picturesque, just from the hills looking over, you see the town center, and then in the middle there's a church with a steeple. The church is no longer the center of the community it lives in. It's just not. And it's another building in the community I think most people just see when they pass, if they pay attention at all. But it's not a place where they would think to go if they had a problem. And I think we've got to change that. Because there are great organizations that are working within communities, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Boys and Girls Clubs, you know, there's a number of them that help, homeless shelters, whatever. But the more that we give away to these other organizations, the further it removes these acts of kindness from Christianity. And the more that they look to these other organizations, the less they look to the church. Because they don't know, if you give money to a food shelf, they don't know who gives money to the food shelf. Instead, be the food shelf. Because then they come to the church, they get their food, and they understand, oh, this is what churches do. This is the love of God. So, what does that have to do with these events where we get people together to worship and to pray and breaking down these denominational walls? Well, what it allows us to do when we break down these denominational walls and it gets people together to commingle, to talk, to network, they're going to find people who have the same interests as them, whether it's yard work, home repairs, helping with youth. They're going to find like people. And most churches aren't big enough to house all of these programs. A lot of them need help from other churches. It needs to be across denominations. Some churches that are bigger, you've got people out there that want to get involved from smaller churches, and you need to pull them into existing ministries because they don't have any other way to do it. And if it's what the Lord has called them to, then why keep them from it? Without making them attend your church to do it. You understand what I'm saying? And why is this so important? Because as Christians, we're not supposed to stand on works, but faith without works is dead. I mean, it's to have a complete picture, you need faith. And those works which come out of faith. You don't do the works to get saved. That's where faith comes in. And then because of the way that your life has changed, once you have the faith, then the works are just a part of that. God has created each of us with a purpose, and it's up to us to fulfill it. I mean, who are we to say, you know, I really don't want to, I'm interested, but I'm not that interested. This couch is pretty comfortable. None of us would say that, but we do it through our actions. So it's up to us to get up out of our seats, get out together, find people that believe in the same things that we do, are interested in the same things we do, and go love the community like Christ loved the church. then and only then is the community going to be interested in what we're doing and want to be a part of what we're doing. Why should they care? We're there, we meet on Sundays, we sing and pray. Great. Why aren't people showing up? Because you're not affecting their life in any meaningful way. So we have to get out in the communities and meet them where they're at. And that's what these events are for, to get people together, to break down those barriers, and to get people working together out in the community so that we can grow our numbers and change our community with more people that are loving on people, taking care of the poor, taking care of the afflicted, and really seeing the way that we interact with each other change. We can change our world, one neighborhood, one community at a time. And so I'm counting on you, if you're in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, to come to the next Come Find Sanctuary event, because it's only by building this network that we're going to be able to be in a place to convince those that live around us that God's love is for them. Thank you for your time, and have a good day.